All right, guys, I'm back here in beautiful Queen Creek, Arizona, and we're going to take a look at a coach I wanted to share with you guys. And it's not this 2014 Phaeton, though this one is nice. It's actually this 2009 Country Coach Veranda. Kind of an unapologetic Tiffin fan, but I do appreciate quality, and this coach has a lot of quality to it, and I wanted to share it with you because these are very unique coaches. Don't know if I showed you a Veranda lately, but the last few I've seen have been nice, and this is probably the nicer one of the last two that I've seen. Actually, the last three that I've seen, and they're pretty rare anyways that I've seen three of them. So go ahead and start on the roof, but of course before I do the roof I want to open up all the slide outs, so let me go ahead and do that for you guys. If you're not familiar with a veranda, chances are when I open up these slides, especially one of them, you'll understand why they're called veranda. So you can see a veranda from Country Coach, and it has a patio instead of a slide out. It has a deck that extends out from the sidewall from up there, and of course still does have an awning that will come out over the top. We'll take a look at that later. But it still has three more slide outs, so one more in the bedroom at the rear, a normal living room slide out on the driver's side front, and of course another bedroom slide out. But I know, let's get on the roof first. Okay, let's get up there. There's no rear ladder on this one, but it has a really nice feature that's not just the patio I want to show you. It's up here on the roof. This is a high-end luxury motorhome from Country Coach, and it is a one-piece gel coat fiberglass roof. But it's got a unique roof to it because this is a bath and a half. I don't know if you guys can see right about there, there's a step up. Now this is something that Newmar's been doing recently on their King Airs and Dutch Stars bath and a halves. But it looks to me like Country Coach beat them to it quite a bit earlier. And Newmar still has a seam right here in between the transition. But Country Coach was able to do it and just bodywork the whole thing, so it is absolutely seamless. Maybe a little bit of cracking right there for the bodywork, but pretty nice looking job they did. And of course, because they do this, because it's a bath and a half, because back here in the rear bathroom, the engine's going to be right there, so there has to be a step up. All diesel pushers have a step up back there. And of course, when you step up, you'd be closer to the ceiling. But because they bump up the ceiling in the back, you still have quite a bit of headspace back here, whereas some diesel pushers in the back, the ceiling's right about there. So that's a nice feature. That's a very modern feature that you don't even see on most manufacturers. I only really see it on Newmar. So 2009, Country Coach already had that figured out too. You should be able to see, even though at the shower, there's quite a bit of headspace in there. So we get the transition from here. There's the normal ceiling level, ends right about there, and then bumps it up. So if I were to stand on the floor back here, the head would have been right about there where I hit my head. I'd be crouched down. Enough of that nonsense. Let's go ahead and inspect this roof. So this is actually a very strong roof that you can step on just fine. And again, it is fiberglass. And while that might look like a crack, that's just a sealant that had little strings on it. They're using Dicor self-leveling sealant on the roof itself. Again, I can't stress enough that you need to wash and wax these things because this is fiberglass. It needs to be protected. If we look over the side, man, the clear's not even peeling on this one. So this one must have been kept undercover. This molding is a good place to always check and make sure it's not loose. I like to point that out on all Monacos because that seems to be a bigger problem on Monacos. But that's just going to be clear silicone. If you look over here on the back cap, it's a little bit of bodywork cracking really out of this scoop for the air intake on the engine. Look over the side. Clearance lights aren't cracked. They're in good shape. Doesn't get over here too. Alright, we'll try to go this a little bit faster because it wants to see windy up here. That's fantastic vent. Sealant looks good. I don't see any signs of cracking. It's not loose. Sealant's in good shape. On the skylight right above the shower that we just saw, the sealant's not cracking on it either. I don't see a skylight cracking anywhere. This roof's in very good shape. Now this valance panel right here is strictly decorative because it has 1, 2, 3 awnings that will come out. So this just fills the gap of where an awning would have been. Now these are actually pretty susceptible on country coaches to leak down here, so you want to make sure those aren't loose. But this one's a short one, so we shouldn't have a problem with it. Of course, because they slide out, we have that silly Gerard slide out topper that only goes out about 6 inches on this slide out. But the fabric looks in good shape, and all the sealant looks good. Got a little bit of paint peeling up right there. That's not too bad for 13 years. So go over here, we'll check and make sure the roof AC isn't loose. I know everybody asked me, does it ever happen? And look at that. The thing's loose. It does happen. And that's actually more common than you think it would be. So water can get in from that AC. So that's why we check them. Now maybe once we do this inspection, we'll put the awnings out and make sure the fabric looks good. If we look over the side here, that slide out topper looks good. Now this is Gerard, so this is Sunbrella material. Their weak point is usually the stitching, but I don't see a problem with the stitching on that. The box looks good. The sealant looks good everywhere. We already noted a little bit of bodywork cracking, but nothing vital. I'll grab the awning, make sure it's not loose, and it's not. The sewer vent looks pretty good right here. I'm not a big fan of how they ran these wires. The loom should never go through the roof because this loom is split loom, and water can get right into there, and the split loom is a gutter straight into the roof. So I'm not a big fan of that. And they should have a deck plate, a cover plate to actually seal that down a little bit better. But I guess that's about a 120 watt panel, which is weird because I have this one there and then 3 more up there. Maybe just the amount of roof space available. But other than that, the installation looks okay. Well, make sure there's not a leak over there. Look good. Another sewer vent here. Again, that looks like a factory sewer vent. Factory sealant's looking good. We have another fantastic vent. We'll take a look, make sure it's not cracking. I think we found a cracking one on one of our last videos. This looks pretty good. Sealant looks intact. So far, so good. A few things, but nothing too serious. Now this is a power lift TV antenna. These are obsolete and discontinued. They do work in the down position. That's how I'd recommend you use them if you have them. That way they won't get stuck in the up position or break. But it looks like this one's still working, and sealant's pretty good. Junction box, we're looking okay, but there's something weird going on right about here. I don't know how this awning's gonna work without this wire being hooked up to it, so that's not a good sign. This one's hooked up, but that's not hooked up. There's some weird stuff going on with these awnings. Let's see if these awnings even work. A little valance panel right there. I know on Allegro we saw this one with a hole right about there, so this one's looking good. I mean, I doubt this awning works, but we will grab it. And this is just the 12 volt that runs to that panel there. Because we had that AC loose. Let's go ahead and check this one. That one's loose too. So at least they're consistent so far. On this awning, I do know I ran this one out already, so I'm guessing that all this wiring is actually hooked up. If we peer over the side here, we'll look at this molding all the way down. I don't see an issue with it. Or with it that way, and you can see a good view of the patio from here. More on that later. And this does not look like a factory solar panel here, so this one's definitely been added. And next to it is going to be a Winegard Traveler for DirecTV. Its installation doesn't look bad at all. I mean, I would like to see some sealant over this screw, and that one, and that one. But they got that one, that one, that one, and that one. I don't know why they decided not to do 3 of them. I found a mystery screw right here. I guess they don't probably need that one anymore. And it looks like they mounted the swim splitter up there, because there would have been a different satellite dish up here. It looks like they did a good job of what I would try to do. So, of the original satellite dish that was up there, they put this dish over at least 2 of the mounting brackets. So that's nice. They used the new satellite to block the old holes. We got the other 2 solar panels right here. They are not loose. They are a little dirty, but not too bad. Looks like the connection is underneath right here. It's gonna be hard for me to see that one. Here over the side. It's not gonna be too much to see over here. This slide out topper fabric is in good shape too. I don't even see a lot of paint damage on this. This one's been well maintained. See that body molding where it reaches together? Man, this looks really good. You'll notice there's no seam where the front cap meets the roof and the radius because it's all seamless, it's all been body worked. And it does actually pop up right here too. This fiberglass is in good shape. Up here over the top, I'm being safe, guys. And I don't see any cracked lenses. You got a Garmin XM satellite antenna, probably another GPS antenna, another XM antenna, and a Sirius antenna. Some of these got to be obsolete, right? And let's see, that's just a water diverter. Try to keep water from going between the entry door awning. And this side looks really good over here. This is what I would have preferred on that solar panel hookup, to have this over the wires coming in the roof. It does a good job of actually sealing the wirings down. And we should go ahead and check this AC. Oh, look, that one's loose too. So 3 out of 3 were loose. Yeah, very loose. But overall, I mean, this awning concerns me, that awning concerns me, and the 3 roof ACs concern me. But overall, this roof is in really good condition. Could have used a little bit of wash and wax on it, but this is a very durable roof. Country Coach built a good coach. Very impressed by it. So I'll go ahead and make my notes. Again, this is a one-piece gel coat fiberglass roof. On this one, they're just using a Dicor self-leveling lap sealant on it, and wash and wax it. I just would recommend a wax built into a wash and wax product. You don't have to paste wax it and hand wax it. You can, but you don't have to. So that was a 2009 Country Coach Veranda. I think it's actually technically a Magna, but it's a Veranda version. It's nice. But yeah, let me get off the roof where it's a little bit windy. We'll get down below and yeah, we'll take you through this. I know you want to see inside. It is much less windier down here. So let me go ahead and run the awnings out. Hopefully at least 2 of them. I don't know how the third one's going to work, but let's see how this thing looks with the awnings out. And then we'll go ahead and do a quick little tour. Power on, power on. Let's go out. Okay, well that's all the way out. It might look like it's close, but it's still a good 1.5 feet above me. But you definitely don't have to bring it all the way down to that position. Let's get to see if the other ones will work. Ooh, number 4, driver's side back. This one. So this is a Girard window awning. And these patio awnings are Carefree. See, so that one's working, and that window awning's working. Very nice. So that's pretty impressive. This isn't just a slide out topper awning on this side. It's basically another patio awning. Every awning's working except for that one. That's not surprising, the wires were cut. But all this fabric looks pretty good. No stitching on these. This is going to be ultrasonic welded on the acrylic fabric. Even the window awnings look really good. All right, so we'll go ahead and take a look inside. Now, I will apologize. I have not even finished my inspection. In fact, I haven't even done the inspection inside yet. But it does have a nice ceramic tile on the entryway with a step cover that is the factory step cover. Looks really good. The original factory dash, and it looks like it's in really good shape. Somebody's obviously upgraded the dash radio. That's why there's so many XM antennas up there. This does have the silver leaf EMS system, so you can get a digital readout of everything. And also, let's see, go to the, what is it? Home. You can check all your tank levels right here from the dash, which is a really nice thing to be able to do. And let's see, generator, you can start and stop from there. It's good to know. This does have 3-way cameras on it, so side cameras and a rear camera. I do not remember the size of the engine. I think it's a Cummins 650. Guess I don't have to remember because it's right here. Now we'll go ahead and take a look at it inside. I really like the ceilings on this Country Coach. The last two verandas I see had a much better ceiling than I've seen in any other Country Coach. I've really enjoyed this ceiling, to say the very least. The wood itself, it is all solid wood. We're going with it maple with a wash on it. So it's not a blonde maple, so I think it actually ages really well because of it. And no brass on any of the fixtures, so almost a timeless classic color scheme in here. The driver's seat's in really good condition. Yeah, it looks like carbon fiber in that weave. Passenger seat's in equally good condition. Very nice. Even has the adjustable headrest up on the back. Up on the back there. Big old front TV. Friend Brian at Brian's RV's Videos, he and his crew installed this entertainment center at the factory. So again, I don't really like its installation. I don't know why they have to cram everything right there, but it's done, and it looks like it's been pretty well upgraded. So it has HDMI in it, with a Blu-ray player with HDMI splitter, and a home theater system. And of course there's that Winegard traveler control. Now on the driver's side main slide out, it does have the sofa. It is a cloth sofa. Now this one will flip into a bed, just like a jackknife or a futon. I'll call that about a full-size bed, but it's probably not long enough for a 6-foot person like me. But underneath, it does have a storage drawer, and the seat belt you can see there. Obviously it does have a central vacuum cleaner. And the tile, it is tile throughout the rest of the coach, including the bedroom. That's a granite accent tile with more ceramic tile. I'm not seeing too many broken tiles or even cracked grout. Now the dinette table is a solid surface countertop material. It's like an engineered granite. It's not real granite, it's not real stone, so you don't have to worry about it cracking. It's not heavy, you don't have to seal it. This will extend out, and Country Coach also made it adjustable so you can move it side to side too. So if you're getting in and out, you have a lot more room. Now across from the dinette will be the galley area. Again, my apologies for the mess. I haven't been able to go through this yet. But this whole slider will come out and extend out, and it has more drawers for it right here. But more on this later. It still does have that same engineered countertop with one large under countertop mounted sink. So that's really nice. It's seamless. You can just sweep everything right into it. Pretty decent faucet. And this faucet is installed right here for a reason. More on that later. A 2-burner electric stovetop is not induction stovetop, but there is a convection oven right above. Again, more storage here. Next to it, you have a pretty decent sized storage area with a pull-out pantry hidden right in there. This wood's in really good condition too. The only damage I've seen, I haven't showed you guys yet, but I will. And across from the pantry area will be the residential refrigerator. I think this is a Genair refrigerator. Yeah, so it's a Genair residential refrigerator. Freezer on the left, refrigerator on the right. But I know. I didn't show you the patio yet. I'm going to show you the patio. So there are 3 rolling doors for the patio. These are glass doors. And then 3 screen doors behind it. That'll get you out to the patio. On the patio, obviously you can see the deck right here. This railing right there has this window built into it so it's see-through. When the deck's all the way in the up position, it still creates a light as a window, so you don't actually have to have it open and still have a very usable RV. Obviously you can see the deck's completely protected by the awning above it. You have deck lights here. You also have, on this model, TV, and it has a power TV lift right here. So you can be on the deck and still be watching TV, but it does not swivel. It's just stuck in that position. Now, I know what some people are going to ask, how much weight can this deck support? 3,000 pounds. But it does say it right down there. So definitely over-engineered. I did promise one more thing. These patio doors are actually set up to be opened all the way the other way too. And that way you can actually open up these doors from this side, get access to it. That's why that faucet's right here, so you can actually use the faucet from this side and it's not right in the way. And these open up from that side, and even these right here you can get access to. So it's really an incredible amount of extra space right here. Much more space than you'd normally get on a slide out, because the slide out would have ended right about there as far as inside, real inside space. So an additional, I don't know, call it about 3 more feet of living space. Now I will grant you, some people might say they'd rather have a slide out, and I can respect that decision. I really can. This is pretty unique, and if I was set up at a beach or a lake right there, man, I can only imagine how gorgeous that would look. To sit here on the couch and be able to look at the ocean or the waterfront right outside your door and be able to walk right outside without having to change elevations, walk up and down stairs. And while it may not be something you think about a lot, but this is another entrance and exit from an RV, so you have that great big huge emergency exit if you really needed it. And with a screen door, man, that's just letting so much air in too, if you wanted to actually use this, be in a place with good outside air. All right, and right here is about the only place where I see not really water damage, I think it's just sun damage, which makes sense because it's right next to the door. Just a little bit of damage, nothing too bad. But other than that, a few things I didn't point out is the soft trim in the ceiling right there and the stainless inlay for the AC vents. And even this, that's a really nice little decor feature they have there. I even like the wall panel decor. It's got like a, looks like woven fiber overlapping itself. That's pretty timeless too. But like I said, this is a bath and a half, so it does have a mid-coach bath. It has its own macerating toilet. That's a nice Tecma porcelain bowl. You know, works really well. Really good storage in here. Pretty common failure point on most country coaches, like I always like to point out, is this bathroom wall right here. Usually will have water damage on it. But I don't see any water damage on this one. It has a wallpaper on it. It looks more like a bamboo wood grain to it. You know, the countertop is the same that's in the galley area, but it does have this really nice ceramic backsplash to it. Naturally, there's a pocket door here, a pocket door to the bedroom. What's a nice feature back here is this whole thing is equipped with the silver leaf control from right here. So the same thing you'll get on a Newell or even a Newmar King Air, you have the same controls right here. And it's looking pretty good. You can check your outside camera. And right down here, we hit the camera view. Look at that, we can see on the side. It does have heated tile floor in 3 zones, so the front 2 zones controlled by these right there. It does have 3-zone heating and cooling on the roof AC with hydronic heat. So it does have an aqua hot for tankless water heater too. Another fairly unique one in this country coach is the tile extended all the way to the bedroom. Normally it's carpet in here, but they decided to tile it. On this slide out over here is going to be the dresser. Obviously the TV is right above. It does have its own home theater system and DVD player. Across from there, this is a king size bed. Now this king size bed does articulate, so it does come up. So let me hit the button right here, bed extend and retract. So you can extend and retract the bed right here. Now naturally, it does have power shades in the bedroom too, but they all seem to be working. These are silhouette shades, those are nice shades. But you can also start and stop the generator here, or you can do it right here. A lot of country coaches aren't set up to start the generator in too many places, usually in weird places too. So this one you can do it at the dash, you can do it at the monitor panel, and in the bedroom. So I definitely appreciate that Country Coach thought ahead on this one. Now the ceiling in the bedroom is also going to be the padded vinyl, just like in the front. It has a very nice ducted centerpiece ceiling area, just like in the front area. Like I said, these are some of the nicest ceilings I've seen in the Country Coach. Normally they're just like plastic with some puck lights in it and with some fake plastic wood. So really nice. I like those. Now as we come past the bed, there is the rear bath, because this is a bath and a half. There's another pocket door that closes off here. And hidden behind these doors is going to be the washer dryer combo. Full size. I even like how they incorporated a drawer right here. Might be a little bit awkward right in the walkway here. Tile floor goes back into the bathroom here. You have another macerating toilet with the controls over there. And we've already kind of seen the bathroom. I pointed out the headroom before. We open up into the shower. It does have a solid surface Corian shower surround with a beautifully inlaid tile accent piece. I don't know why Country Coach like these 12-volt travel trailer lights so much, but they put them on every coach it seems like. But you know we got to do it. We'll go ahead and check the height on here. This is actually not too bad. This is maybe 4 inches of the step up to the shower. So if I step straight in, now I'm 6 foot, I'm not having to duck down, but if I were to step up, I would hit my head. So 6 foot's about the size without having to hunch over a little bit. But I don't know if you can see, Man, that's a lot of room in here because they lifted the roof right there. Otherwise, the roof would be right about there, which is what you normally see on a Fleetwood with a rear bath. Great big huge countertop space back here. Vanity lights, medicine cabinets right above. I like that they don't have a his and her sink. You just have the one sink for that. And right in here, I'm not going to call it a walk-in closet, but it's nearly walk-in. Because there, see, I can walk in it, see. So it's a walk-in closet. But man, this is in really good condition. Really well thought out. And here's a third zone floor heating control. There it is, a 2009 Country Coach Veranda, bath and a half. Like I said, I'm not a huge Country Coach fan, not because they're not built well, just because I don't really like some of their service access points, which I pointed out in a few videos. But this is a really nice coach. I really enjoy it. It speaks a lot to the dedication of the previous owner to take care of it. And of course, the guys that built it, they built a really nice coach. Now, of course, there is one other thing to look out for on these Country Coaches. It's going to be the sidewall right here. So a lot of times it will crack. If you'll notice right here, somebody's already went ahead, probably cut a relief crack or cut in right there and put this molding over the top and painted it to match. It's not a big deal, it's just there's a very weak point in this entire sidewall right there, and there will be a flex. There's no way you can get away with from not having flex right there, and so it's just going to crack the sidewall at the flex point. You can kind of see the same thing over here under this bedroom slide out and right there. But yeah, not an uncommon thing to see, but it is a good thing to be aware about when you're going to inspect one. Make sure there's no cracks right there. So if you do see cracks right there, it should be addressed for sure. But if there's cracked, it doesn't mean the coach is garbage. It just means it needs to be addressed. But thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed that. And I gotta get back to work. Bye. Undoubtedly, you might have noticed a few things like that shade's been tied up. There's an electric shade. So if you know anything about me, you know I hate electric shades and screens, but that's what this thing has, and I think most of them work so far. I haven't tested all of them, so I'll assume that most of them work. What's going on with my hair?